Hey everybody, thank you for checking out this new YouTube channel. I'm just going to be showing a few short-term trades I did earlier today, nothing special. I guess just some beginner information and tips for how to get started trading with something like Binance. I like Binance for a number of reasons, mainly the fees are really cheap, the trading fees. By using the Binance coin for trading fees, the trading fees are further cut in half. So even though the initial fees are half of what most exchanges are, then if you use their coin, it's even cheaper. So it's an incentive to buy some of their coin and then set it to use those as your fees because it's going to be very cheap for trading. During the few short-term trades that I talk about in this video, I am only trading a small amount of Satoshi with about 150,000 per trade. But something to consider about that is how I'm targeting a certain percent. I'm targeting a certain percent and keeping a log so I can see if I'm hitting that percent. It's important to understand that if I'm trading by percent targets, then say if I was trading with 1,000, it doesn't matter because I'm thinking about percentage gains. I'm not thinking about the dollar value of gains. And so if I was trading with 100,000, it would be no different than the same strategy I'm going to be using. It all comes down to the individual's risk profile. But when I transferred into Binance, I transferred 0.015 Bitcoin. So then I used 10% of that per trade. And then I set a target of 2 to 3% per trade using a 10% portion of my capital. This doesn't have a long price history. If we go to the day chart here, we can see it just got listed yesterday or 2 days ago. And if we go to a shorter time frame, on this 5-minute chart here, I've included Bollinger Bands instead of moving averages since there is very little market history. I want to use a different indicator to enter and exit this trade. If I look here, this is somewhat following this channel of these bands. So it comes to the bottom, goes to the top, comes to the bottom, goes to the top. It follows this oscillating cycle. It's pretty straightforward. It's important to remember that nothing's perfect. None of these indicators are a sure thing. It's just a tool that we can use to look at a situation and decide if it's a good time to make a trade or not. I want to enter a number of different trades today. So the reason I'm considering doing this trade here, it is a risky trade, but I'm only going to be doing about 150,000 Satoshi, aiming to make a couple thousand Satoshi. Looking at these candles here, it pierced this bottom Bollinger Band. However, we closed on top of it, meaning we didn't close below it like over here. So this was a good confirmation candle that we're following this Bollinger Band. Oh, and look at that. I didn't buy in soon enough. Just too busy talking here. This candle here is going to test this resistance here on the center Bollinger Band. See how it just got pushed back down. Ideally, I would have bought in here when I had confirmation, and I'll be able to sell at the top of this band and then repeat this process. And another indicator I'm considering is this moving average convergence divergence, also known as MACD. If we look at it, we can see how we're on this cycle of going above and then down below. If we consider what this is going to do after coming below, it's most likely going to come back above and we'll get some buying momentum and volume up above here. I might have missed my opportunity, my window for this trade here, but you get the idea of what I was considering doing. Some of you are probably considering why I'm not just buying now at the center of this channel. Well, if we look back here, it's not a sure thing. Like I said, nothing's perfect. Doesn't mean for sure we're going to push to this top Bollinger Band. You can see we pierced this center resistance, but we got held underneath it and came right back down to test the bottom of this channel here. We stayed down here. It wasn't a good time to buy here yet either. If we consider it didn't pierce this channel, but if we follow along, this candlestick did pierce the channel. And then on top of that, we had this confirmation candle here. Because if I bought back here, it would take only up until now to make a small profit, and potentially I could have ended up with a loss off that trade. But if we come down here to where it pierced and we had a confirmation candle, and we could see if I bought right here at the confirmation, and then if we had to sell right away at the center Bollinger, we'd still make a profit from the bottom here up to here. Timing is everything when it comes to trading and also having patience. Right now, I'm waiting for an opportunity to buy in. I'm going to make this trade with this coin still, I think, just to show how this can work, even with a short price history. This has been around for 2 days listed here. When I was looking at doing this trade here, I had to move away from it for a moment just because I saw an opportunity to close a different trade I was in. So I left this quickly to do that. As we can see in that time, this got bought in right around where I wanted to buy in, but no big deal. I like to make long-term trades where you can make 15-20% on a bit longer term of a trade. But when I have time to do this kind of trading, I like to do a number of trades throughout the day and earn small percent, aim to make 2 to 3% per trade. So when I quickly stepped away to finish off that trade I wanted to close, it was this one here for ICX. wasn't much profit, but it was a profit. It's Bitcoin in my pocket now. Alright, so what did I just do? I just decided to make another trade with ICX. I bought in down here at this average. This is going to be a short-term trade just to generate a few thousand Satoshi. I bought less than the amount that I bought the last time, and I sold this for a higher value as well. So we can see if we look at the MACD, we're right at this crossing over point here. So even right now I could sell again and make a profit, but I think this is going to push up to above 4,200, and that's when I'll sell. It's still climbing. Wait a moment. See what happens. And push down. See? Emotions. Can't let those emotions stop you. If I did it then, profit would have been made like that, and I could have moved on to the next one. I could still sell for a profit at the moment, but I'm going to be patient. Definitely going to remain patient at the moment. If we look through here, there's a number of Bitcoin coming in to buy. Not as many large sell orders. So I placed a sell order at 42.20 for half of them, which I'm sure that just went through. Now I'm going to sell the rest of them, whatever it ends up at a top here, when I think it might be a bit better than 420. It looks like the price is creeping up to where I want to sell the other half of these coins in this trade. I'm aiming for about 42.30, maybe a bit higher than that. We'll see how much momentum we have. Here's something I thought I would jump in on. I was going to make a trade with this coin earlier today. I just made one now to make up for that. You can take a look at what's going to happen here. There was this confirmation candle after we pierced the bottom of this Bollinger Band. I bought in around here at, I think it was 48,870, and the plan is to ride this up until we hit the top of this Bollinger Band and then sell, make a small profit in Bitcoin. And another indicator I'm looking at is this MACD here, moving average convergence divergence, and this is a very short-term bet. I like to make long-term bets, but sometimes I like to make these kind of trades like this just to generate a bit of Satoshi. Based on these Bollinger Bands, I'm setting the price target at around 49,570 Satoshi. Depending on how this movement goes horizontally, I might have to cancel that order and set a new one. But if we're looking at the top of this Bollinger Band right now, that's a pretty fair estimate for where we might end up. So I'm going to sell these 3 WAN coins that I just bought at that price. I have to run out here in a minute, so I want to cut this trade short. It's not going to be as good as I wanted it to be. I'll wait for it to be positive and then I'll sell. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I like to keep a trade log to gauge how I'm doing to see the percentage gains that I've made. While trading with about 10% of my portfolio, I earned 2% per trade with that amount. And by trading with only a small portion of my entire capital, I'm not risking everything at once on one trade, hoping to get 20% on some big trade over a couple of days. This is a way of earning profit steadily throughout a day if you have the time to day trade. This is just some beginner tips, I guess. There's a lot more to this than what's in this video. I'll try and do more videos like this to include a lot more information. I know I'm thinking a lot of different things when I look at the charts and think about my decisions that I'm not quite communicating to the viewers, but I hope what I'm doing is clear and that I hope I can help some people with this information. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to all the subscribers. I really appreciate your support. I hope you all have a great day and a great rest of your weekend. Take care. Peace.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is that your car on the lot?
Yeah.
It's a Jag?
Yeah.
You make a lot of money?
Yeah, I do all right for myself.
I'm trying to put it together. Nice car. We live in the same building. I'm not understand how much money you make.
I don't know, 70,000 last month. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I'm serious too. Seriously, how much money you make?
I told you, 70,000. Well, technically 72,000 last month.
You made 72 grand in 1 month.
Yeah.
I tell you what. You show me a pay stub for $72,000 on it, I quit my job right now and I work for you. Hey, Paulie, what's up? No, yeah, everything's fine. Hey, listen, I quit.